I think we're talking at cross purposes. On the one hand, we're talking about results that we're hoping for. On the other hand, we're talking about processes that we're setting in motion. You're saying, should we hope for certain kinds of lessening of inequality and so on? The real question, the political question is, shall we set in motion certain processes because we hope for that? And do those processes enhance or reduce freedom? And I think the argument that Milton is making, certainly the argument that I would make, is that the attempt at doing these things, and it doesn't really matter, it's a complete straw man to talk about absolute inequality. No, not
yes,
at all.
Yes, it is,
no.
absolutely. Throughout the film, this is the straw man he brings up in order to say how ridiculous to have absolute equality. And then he goes on to say how ridiculous to have absolute homogenization as well.
As a result, you see, that you set up processes whose end result may not be any more or less inequality than exists now, but the question is, those processes may indeed reduce freedom greatly. I would go beyond the question of equality and put it more generally, that any process to ascribe any status to any group of people, equality, inferiority, superiority, must necessarily reduce freedom, because whatever the government wishes to ascribe to any group, whatever place, to use the phrase that was very common in the South, that blacks should have their place, whatever place the government is going to assign to people, that place will not coincide, that place will not coincide either with what all those people are doing or with how others perceive all those people, because there's too much diversity among human beings. To maintain any system of ascribed status from the top is going to mean reducing people's freedom across the spectrum. That's the point.
People.
Okay, stopping it there, and welcome back to Mika Reacts Reviews, where we react to things on the internet. Same day, same shirt, different video. And today we are returning to Thomas Sowell. It's been a minute, but don't worry, we have like 3 other videos in the queue for my UK people, my European people. In the queue means line, because we're gonna return to more Thomas Sowell. Sometimes I just get lost in the weeds with all the stuff that I react to. So today's video is either about equity or equality. Equity is basically the equality of outcome, not the equality of opportunity. So the equality of opportunity is basically saying every school in every district should have the same type of schooling, so every child would have equal opportunity to learn, right? Or just stop attaching the child to the district so the child can choose whatever school they want to go to, making schools compete, but whatever. Leave it up to the Democrats, that would never happen. Or this quality of opportunity is basically saying that no job or school can discriminate against anybody based on the color of their skin, their age, their gender, their race, their sexuality, or their religion, as long as that they are inept enough for the job, as long as they reach the requirements for the job, right? But the quality of opportunity will say, hey, we think men are more privileged than women, so we think jobs should do a specialty hiring process in only hiring women or only hiring people of color so they can catch up and be more equal to who we think is sort of in power or who we think is doing better at the moment, which isn't white people, it's usually Asian people. Asian, Indian immigrants, or Nigerian immigrants, Nigerian students, Indian students, stuff like that. Anywho, that's what equality of outcome is. And what he's saying, that you're prescribing a group, sort of a position, right? It's like saying white people or men are more privileged, instead of just saying the 1% of the 1% is what's privileged. They say white people can only be racist because they hold power, instead of being like, no, the 1% of the 1% are the ones who hold power, and maybe the majority of them happen to be white and happen to be male. But it's not all white people and it's not all males. There's tons of white people and males who are in horrible, desperate situations like anybody else. But this is what you do when you group people up into these communities, these tribes, these labels, is you take the individuality away from that person, dehumanizing that person. The equality outcome is inherently unequal, because it's inherently, you have to inherently be discriminatory towards one group. Like my example that I gave, only hiring women so women can catch up, it will be discriminatory against men. Only hiring people of color, then you have to discriminate towards people who are not people of color, because you think that you're helping these people get a leg up. So that's basically, if that was a good example, I'm not really sure, but that's kind of my understanding of equity, and so I think that's what they're debating back and forth. I guess I've been talking long enough. We're gonna get back into it, but before you do, if you like type of videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of That really does help with the algorithm, guys. If you'd like to support the channel any further, you can donate. My PayPal link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop, links down below. And if you like, you can super thanks. Other than that, sit back, relax, and continue to enjoy the video. All right, here we go.
Have an ascribed status. It isn't as if government, by its intervention, creates it. People are born into this world in a given sector of a society, and many, many of them are born at the bottom of the society. The argument about equality of results was an argument that was linked to equality of opportunity. People recognized that unless there was a degree of equality in a degree of enough food, enough security, access to education, unless these things were available to all children, then equality of opportunity was merely a mockery. That's why equality of results became an issue, and it became an issue for black people in the United States, and they expressed their concern,
no,
whatever the opinion.
You expressed it, damn it, look. No, they did not. They did not.
They expressed
finish it and then reply.
Swear. I don't think damn it is a cuss word, but okay, getting a little heated with the young Thomas Sowell when he, his testosterone was going, shit like that. Anyway, I don't think that's what equity is. The quality of results is basically equity, the equality of outcome, making sure that every child is in a community that has food near them, access to food, access to healthy food, access to health care, stuff like that. That's not equality of results. That's supposed to be the equality of opportunity. Everybody has the opportunity to the same type of health care, the same type of access to food, the same type of resources to things, right? The quality of results is saying every single person has to have the same exact opportunity, and at the end of the day, they have to come out of it the same. Right? No one can be more privileged than the other. No one can have more than the other. No one's results should be drastically better than the other. Everyone should sort of come out of the situation kind of in the same boat. So everyone have the same opportunity for a job or good housing or a good adult life or whatever, a good future. That everyone should come out the same. Which is impossible because we are all inherently unequal. There's always someone who's better than you. There's always someone who's going to be smarter than you. There's always someone who's going to catch up with the learning skills than you, do better on a test than you, taller than you, prettier than you, more light than you, richer than you, you know what I mean, healthier than you. People are inherently unequal, and so it's impossible to have equal outcome unless you're taking those people who have inherent privileges or just inherently more skilled or better in whatever way, unless you have to dumb them down or dull them down or dumb down the test itself, which we've seen when it comes to school testing, dumbing down the school testing, when we've seen the test when it becomes a firefighter or even getting the military, sort of dumbing it down so, women can pass the boot camp or women can become a firefighter or a police officer, dumbing down the test so other kids can pass and, they just push them through the school system even though they haven't learned anything, instead of just being better at teaching those students. Or what they do is they will flatten out the income, right? So like equal pay. Like no matter what you do, no matter how long you're senior at this job, no matter what your skills, no matter what your education is, no matter if you do overtime, undertime, no matter if you take maternity leave, doesn't matter. Everybody gets paid the same, which is inherently unfair, and it is inherently discriminatory if someone is working harder than the next person, someone who's more senior, someone who has more expert skills, someone who's not taking time out of work to raise children. I'm not saying raising children is a bad thing, but if you're not at work, then you should get paid the equal amount of money as a person who stayed at work working, right? So equal outcome is inherently discriminatory, right? Is inherently trying to discriminate towards a group of people that you think are doing better to help a group of people that you think are doing worse. Making sure people have access to food and healthcare and law enforcement and housing, that's not necessarily equal results, that's equal opportunity. But anyway, let's continue.
They expressed their will by their extraordinary participation in a protest movement that began in the late 1950s and didn't end until the 1960s. Intellectuals were not in that protest movement.
You want me to answer or you want to keep
going?
on?
In that process.
You want me to answer?
I finished.
Yes. Good. Black people have never supported, for example, affirmative action quotas, anything of that sort, wherever polls have been taking a black opinion on such matters of should people be paid equally or should there be this or that, black people have never taken a position that you describe. So it is not a question of what black people chose to do. It's what you choose to put in the mouths of black people. It is what you choose to project. It is not what any black people have ever said anywhere that you can put your finger on.
It's what you choose to put into the mouth of the pollsters, as far as I can see.
I put in the mouth of the
leadership of the black community.
Like most people, I have never seen a pollster.
If you look at the leadership of the black...
Yes, they always have these polls. They always have these polls. Have you been polled? I've never been polled. I've never seen a poster or anything like that. I think that whole shit is a scam because I don't know anybody who's been randomly polled, just someone calling you up. I've never been polled that way. So yeah, I agree. And he said that like a lot of black people are, disagree with affirmative action and all that stuff. This is probably back in the day when I feel like the black community stood more on the idea of pride and hard work and doing it themselves. And I'm not saying black people don't feel that way now, but I feel like now with the progressive idea, it's more like, give me this, I'm entitled because I'm a victim, right? Anyway, guys, tell me what you think. That was Thomas Sowell getting feisty in an equity debate. Jordan Peterson talks about this very passionately as well. I think he even gets as upset as Thomas Sowell when he just says it at the end results, there is no history that shows us having an equality of outcome ends up in a good way. Like it usually just ends up in a massive amount of people being oppressed because that's what Marxism is, because that's kind of what this idea is birthed out of. So trying to oppress the oppressors so the oppressed can rise, but in the results you become the new oppressors. Anyway, I definitely believe in the equality of opportunity. I think especially when you are a child, you should be given the best sort of head start in life, but equally, right? That's why I believe in detaching students or children from their district and allowing families to be able to pick whatever school they want their child to go to so their kid can have the best head start, the best opportunities to thrive when it comes to their education or when it just comes to other opportunities in arts, music, tech, becoming an entrepreneur or whatever, right? Having financial literacy. However, again, the party that keeps fighting against that is the Democrats, and even somehow trying to make it a racist thing. I don't know how they did that, but they're experts at that, right? But anyway, tell me what you think of this video, guys. Do you believe in the equality of opportunity? Do you believe in the equality of equity? You guys tell me what you think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to get notifications when I do upload. All that really does help with the algorithm, guys. If you'd like to support the channel any further, you can donate. My PayPal link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support the channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop. Links down below and links to all of the eternal platforms I'm on, my socials, including my Twitter. Other ways to support me, other ways to contact me for business is always in the links down below. And if you like, you can super thanks. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle, or I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below. Also in the comment section, hit the link, go subscribe to my travel vlog channel, and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories is usually what's most up to date, and you guys have an amazing day. Bye.